Sup YouTube, we're back, and today's video is pretty important. We're going to be going over why 90% or let's say 99% of traders fail and how you can be a part of the 1%. So I'm just going to be going over a few tips and tricks, and it might open your mind up and give you a different point of view into how to approach the market. So the first biggest thing is the market owes you absolutely nothing. Stop thinking that when you enter a trade, the market owes you a win. You have to go into the market thinking you're going to take a scrap of the pie and you're going to leave, and that's it. So you got to remember that the market owes you zero, right? Biggest thing, right? That humbles you a lot. So you don't come into the day thinking that you need a win or you lose or anything. Just come into the day hoping that you can execute your strategy, your model, and take a piece of the pie. Very simple. Basically what I just said, stop overcomplicating everything. There's so many traders that go, we're on the 5-second time frame, 10-second time frame. There's an order block here. There's a 15-minute gap here, 15-minute gap here, 5-minute gap, 1-minute gap. And it's just like, bro, stop overcomplicating it. You have to simply go on the higher time frames, find your draw on liquidity. If you find a draw on liquidity, you are basically 80% of the way to being a profitable trader. If you know where the market's going to go or have a high indication of where it's going to go, this is half the issue, right? So find where the market's going to go, stop overcomplicating it, execute on your strategy, and that is going to go so much further than you think. So just like me, I come into the day, I wake up 10 minutes before market open. So now I'll be waking up about 12:15 in the morning, and I mark out my charts, my draw on liquidity. I think, is price moving? Is it expanding? Okay, cool, tick. And market opens, I let it develop a little bit, and I simply take a trade, or I simply don't take a trade. If the market's not moving after an hour, I simply hop off the charts. I'm off for the day and I go to sleep, and I don't worry about trading the next day during Asia or London. I simply wait for the next trading session, which is New York AM for me. And it just keeps it really, really simple. This one of my students, he started to learn my model, and 1 week later, he's like, I'm switching this strategy to this strategy because it looks better. I'm like, stop trying to switch to the next best thing. There's no next best thing. I simply trade my R8 continuation model because it makes sense to me and it's how I can trade, right? The other strategies never, bonded with me. This is what worked for me and this is how I trade. So why would I go into, next month and going, I'm going to switch my strategy to this model because, he makes good money, he makes more money than me. It doesn't make any sense, because if you keep moving and changing strategies, you're just simply going to be in this endless rabbit wiring of learning, failing, learning, failing. You have to just stick to something. There's traders making millions off, support and resistance, trend lines, anything works. It's just whether or not it makes sense in your head, right? That's a massive tip. So pick something and stick to it, because that's massive in the trading game. So I'm going to go over basically back to that. If you need help or assistance, find someone that knows what they're doing and invest in them to help you, right? So I'm going to go back to what I did. So I was completely lost. At the time, I was really influenced by TJR. So I entered his blueprint. It cost me about 7,000 Australian. And that's what I had to do. So I entered the blueprint. TJR, I didn't really kind of grasp what he taught. I didn't really like the way he taught. But inside the mentorship, he has coaches. And I just kind of made sense with one of them, which was More Trades. And that's kind of where I learned continuation. And then I kind of adapted the model to how I like to trade and just learned discretion over time. So what I'm trying to say is if you have no idea how to do something, get someone that knows what they're doing, invest in them and learn from them, and you will shortcut the whole journey. It's exactly like, being a electrician, right? How the hell are you meant to go wire a house or wire a big building like the ones in the back here if you've never done it before? You would obviously go to someone that knows what they're doing. You'd go through an apprenticeship, 4 years, get qualified, and then bang, you know the trade. And you still learn over, I've been into electrical I'm coming into 8 years, I'm over 7 years being an electrician, and I'm still learning all the time. I don't do as much anymore, but I still learn when I do jobs all the time. Like, damn, I've never known that. So you never stop learning as well. But I wouldn't be a fully qualified electrician if I didn't do an apprenticeship and get help by someone that knows what they're doing. How the hell would I know how to fit off a PowerPoint if I didn't get taught how to do it, right? And it's hard. You can't just learn off YouTube, right? So that's my biggest thing as well. If you need help, get assistance. Obviously, I have a mentorship myself. You don't have to get mentored by me. It's just someone that you can relate to and bond towards, and you like how they trade, and invest in them, and they will teach you how to trade. That's a massive tip as well. Last one is remember that this shit takes time. It takes time. I've been trading for a little bit over a year now in futures, and I've been trading crypto. I started crypto when I was younger, so I've been in around charts for a while now. But in the futures, let's just talk about that. Shit takes time. Like, I've had multiple payouts. I had that period where I had a few payouts, then I just went to break even, and then I had more payouts recently. But shit takes time. I'm still learning. We're all human, and you go through different phases, and everyone's at different phases. So you have to kind of adapt to what you're up to. Some people get it a lot quicker. Some people get a payout a lot quicker. Some people get a payout after 3 years. Everyone's at a different timeline in their life, and you just have to identify what you need help with or what you don't. You need to kind of pick what you need to do, write it down, focus on those things, and work towards the goals and the bigger picture. So this is basically the things what 99% of people don't do. So if you want to be the 1%, a couple good tips on how you can get to the 1%. So yeah, have a good day.